Hi there, you're welcome to my channel. I would like to say thank you for your interest. In this video, we will practice absorption costing, which is one of the ways to calculate overheads. The question says, the following extract of information is available concerning the four cost centers of EGL Limited. So we have three production departments and only one service department which is canteen, right? So, and we have number of direct employees, number of indirect employees, overhead allocated and apportioned. So the overhead cost of the canteen is to be reapportioned to production cost centers on the basis of number of employees in each production cost center. In each production cost center. What is the basis? Basis is number of employees. Okay, number of employees. Good. After the reapportionment, what is the total? What is the total? Overhead cost for packing departments. So we have to find the overhead cost for packing department, and it should be what? Total. Okay. So in order to find that, we have to firstly find out the total number of employees. Total number of employees. So we have 7, 3, 6, 2, 2, 1. So if I add all of them, 6, 2, 2 plus 1, that will give us 21 employees in total. So I'm not adding the number of employees in canteen because we're about to reapportion the overhead cost of canteen, which is $8,400. That's why this four indirect employees are not included. So not included. Okay. So we have to reapportion this to this one, and this one as well. And after that, we have to find it. The total for what? Total for packing department. Total for packing department. Okay. So if we reapportion that, we have 3 employees, 2 plus 1, that is 3. 3 employees in packing. So packing, we have only 3 employees. In order to reapportion, I will multiply 3 times $8,400 over total number of employees, 21. That will give us $1,200, right? $1,200. So what is the question? The question is total overhead cost. So if you pay attention, we have the answer is here A, which is $1,200, but it's not correct answer. This is not correct answer, okay? Because the question says we have to find total, and that's why I will add the 8,960. So this one plus some share from canteen 1,200. That will give us $10,160. Okay, so the answer is D. So moving on, next question. Budget information relating to two departments in the company for the next period is as follows. Okay, we have two questions here. Two questions. Using the same details, the same data, we have to answer two questions. This is the first question, and here it is the second question. Okay, so if you read the first here, what is the most appropriate production overhead absorption rate for department 1? For department 1, we need to find overhead absorption rate, okay, for department 1. If we pay attention, we have 2,700 direct labor hours in department 1 and 45,000 machine hours. So that's why we say that department 1 is machine intensive. That's why we're going to use this 45,000 machine hours as a basis. Okay, so cost is $27,000 here. $27,000, right? Over basis 45,000 machine hours. That will give us 0.6 per machine hour, which is the correct answer is D. So the same data, next question. So this time we are required to find overhead absorption rate for second department for this one. And if we pay attention here, we have 25,000 labor hours, only 300 machine hours. That's why we say the second department is labor intensive. Because we have 25,000 labor hours. And the cost is, best cost is $18,000 over 25,000 labor hours, right? Direct labor hours. That will give us 0.72 per direct labor hour. So the answer is here C. Okay, moving on. Next question. So which of the following statements about predetermined overhead absorption rates are true? Using predetermined absorption rate avoids fluctuations in unit costs caused by abnormally high or low overhead expenditure or activity levels. Yes, that's definitely correct. Second one, using predetermined absorption rate offers the administration convenience of being able to record full production costs sooner. Yes, of course. If you remember, we had the costs like direct material, direct labor, direct expenses, right? Variable production overheads, and fixed production overhead, which is overhead absorption rate per unit here. So, and this will give us this one, full production cost. That's why second is correct. Third, using predetermined absorption rate avoids problems of under-over absorption of overheads because a constant overhead rate is available. No, that's not correct. So we are using predetermined overhead absorption rate. So it might be different from actual overheads, and if when it is different, we will have under or over absorption. So that's why the third statement is not correct. That's why 1 and 2, the answer will be A. A quick info guys, in case you're looking for a full-fledged course in any paper of ACCA, please do check out our ACCA online courses, which are co-created with experienced ACCA tutors. These courses include all the required skills to master the concepts of any ACCA papers. With these courses you can easily pass all the ACCA exams. The link is also available in the description box below. Please do check out. So moving on. Next question. How absorbed overheads occur when absorbed overheads exceed actual overheads? Absorbed overheads exceed budget overheads. Actual overheads exceed absorbed overheads. Actual overheads exceed budgeted overheads. So we need over-absorbed, right? So actually we should need overhead absorption rate per unit, right? And if you multiply it to actual units produced, that will give us overheads absorbed, right? Absorbed. And we compare absorbed overheads to actual overheads incurred. We will compare them. If absorbed is higher than actual, we'll have over absorption. If absorbed is less than actual, we'll have under absorption. That's why the option A is correct here. When absorbed overheads exceed actual overheads. Okay, so moving on. A company has the following actual and budget data for year 4. So we have budget data and actual data. Overheads are observed using a rate per unit. So overhead absorption rate, it is the basis per unit based on budget output and expenditure. What was the fixed production overhead absorbed amount during year 4? What's the requirement? We have to find overhead absorbed for this period. So in order to do that, firstly we have to find overhead absorption rate, right? We have two questions here, the same data, but we have two questions. Clear? So firstly, let's find the overhead absorption rate. You need to find that overhead absorption rate equals to budgeted costs, yes, budgeted production overhead cost over budgeted LOFA, level of activity. It might be units, it might be labor hours, machine hours, but here it says that it's based on what? Based on budgeted output and expenditure, it says, right? Based on budget output and budgeted expenditure. So budgeted cost, it is $360,000, right? Over 8,000 units. 8,000 units. So that will be 45. Yes, $45 per unit. And if I multiply overhead absorption rate to actual units produced, I will get overheads, which one? Absorbed, right? So 45 times actual production, how many units? Actual production is 9,000 units. 9,000. That will give us $405,000. So the answer is B. So the same data, but the second question. By how much was the fixed production overhead under or over absorbed? Okay. So actual overheads. Actual, how much is it? Actual, it is $432,000, right? Actual. $432,000. Absorbed, we have just found that it is $405,000. And if we compare that, the difference will be $27,000. So absorbed is less than actual, so that's why that will be under absorbed by $27,000. That's why the answer will be A. Okay, moving on. So which of the following would be the most appropriate basis for apportioning machinery insurance costs to cost centers within a factory? So let's say we have the departments A, B, C, right? And we have here overheads. Let's say machinery insurance. That's a kind of amount, and we have to reapportion it. We have to apportion it. What is the basis here? Of course, the basis will be what? The value of machinery, right? So that's why correct answer is C. So moving on. The factory overheads can be absorbed by which of the following methods? Direct labor hours, okay. Machine hours, yes. As percentage of prime cost, yes. Dollars, some kind of dollars per unit, yes. So all of them are correct. That's why the answer for this will be A.